Kryptonite desires set my heart afire. Heart on fire.
Hey y'all, Mama here. This week we're discussing this topic near and dear to my heart. For that, we'll need to go to the desktop. I did want to give y'all a quick apology first. Mama's not been around for a while. My boy had a 4-day weekend last weekend, and 4 days, sorry. And I spent lots of time with him. We did all kinds of fun stuff. And then Mama's been very, very ill since then. I didn't want to cough all through talking to y'all, which I kind of wound up doing anyway. I had to pause the desktop video quite a bit because I was coughing, and I'm afraid I've still got some coughing in there. But trying to get back on track with all this and bring you guys some quality BDSM and kink education, because that is near and dear to Mama's heart, and that's why I do this, because a lot of people, they do ask things, but it's stuff that a lot of other people need to hear as well. So I try to get it out there to my whole 9 subscribers, but hopefully we'll build that and we'll grow. And so right now we're going to go to the desktop. We're going to answer a question for a wonderful individual, and then I'll be back to talk to y'all for a minute. Today we're talking about a subject near and dear to my heart. Bebe in Virginia asks, in response to a conversation that came up in a chat room, what are the differences between paraffin and beeswax candles? Well, I decided to do a whole bit on wax play for the show, to discuss different types of candles, different types of candle wax, colors, other safety features and things that you need to know. So to begin, we've got all different sorts of candles. We've got tea lights, votives, tapers, pillars of all sorts of sizes and shapes, and wick numbers. I'll tell you, the ones with more wicks do tend to pool a lot more wax a lot more quickly and give a better pour. So they're pretty cool, but they're kind of awkward to handle. Then you have container candles, and the main two seem to be glass containers and little can containers. There's also, coffee mugs, fish bowls. You can make a candle in just about any kind of little container that will hold wax and give you a fairly level spot for a wick. We have lots of different colors of candles. I mean, just about any pigment that you can add to a candle will add it, will make it just about any color you can imagine. Different colors do burn hotter, as well as scents. So those are things to be aware of, definitely when you're starting out with wax play, and getting ready to either be dripped upon or drip wax upon someone else. The hottest colors seem to be red and black. Now I'm going to add to this list dark purple and blue. Blue because of a recent experience, which we'll get back to in a second, and dark purple because it was grouped with red and black in a lot of the pictures that I saw of the darkest colors, and they were usually listed under evil. Another thing that I'd like to point out is these gold candles have a metallic paint on them, and I would avoid those at all costs because that metallic paint obviously is going to drip on your bottom. Sorry. and can possibly cause really bad burns. So I would avoid that entirely. Sorry, Mama has a cough. Now, as far as colors go, again with a container, we've got these multicolor excuse me, multicolor candles. I can't really sponsor anybody or advertise for anyone, but these candles cause the pattern in the next picture that we'll see. And if you go on Etsy and do a quick search for rainbow in a jar, you should be able to see the shop where I got these two pictures. And this makes this sort of pattern, because you melt one color and then into another one, and another, and another, and another. And they've got strategic areas strategically covered. In colors, you've also got UV reactive colors. Mama has not really had experience with how much hotter these burn, but they look really super cool under a black light. And here we just got more colors dripped onto a bottom. Looks awesome. Now on into types of wax. This is paraffin wax. It often comes in blocks. And in fact, all three types of wax that we're going to discuss today, you can buy at pretty much any hobby shop. I know at a particular hobby shop with a lobby, I got a huge block of paraffin a few years ago for just $10. The vast majority, I think, of candles that you see in regular stores and all are paraffin. It's very inexpensive, easy to melt, easy to pour, easy to mold, scent, color, etc. And it usually looks, before you color it and scent it, etc., it usually looks pretty translucent, so it's fairly easy to tell if a candle is paraffin. Soy is actually made from soy, and soy wax, you can usually tell because it looks more solid, just more there. It actually looks, here the white looks kind of milky to me, and the colors just look thicker and creamier than paraffin wax colors. Beeswax will often come in candles like these that are kind of like honeycomb wrapped around itself, but it can also be melted and poured and molded into regular candles. Those you can usually tell, I think, because they'll usually come in shades of yellow or off-white, and it feels a little waxier than paraffin. Yeah, sorry, Mama has to keep pausing to cough. Okay. This is Mama's boy. And a few recommendations here. We've already sort of talked about how to prep your area. Talked about some types of candles and the different colors, and then the types of wax. Actually, let's go back to the types of wax for a minute. I'm sorry. Paraffin, according to Wikipedia, melts between 120 and 130 degrees. Soy wax melts anywhere between 111 and 130 degrees. And then the beeswax melts usually between 144 and 147 degrees. So obviously, you know, it's going to go as in order of heat that's dripping onto your person is soy, paraffin, and beeswax. Now, I really recommend strongly, now I recommend experimentation certainly, but for the novice top and the novice bottom, I recommend that you start out with either soy or paraffin. Get you a clean, pristine block from one of the hobby shops. Get a wax warmer, and a quick Google search will show you bunches of them. I didn't want to advertise one over the other, but what you're looking for is one that will keep it at a constant temperature but not too high, and one that will that has kind of a deep bowl so you can pour a lot and keep it melted so that you can keep pouring. But once you've got that base layer of a slightly cooler wax laid down, you can experiment and drip say tapers or you know, colors, scents, that sort of thing, because any color and scent that you add to the candles is going to increase the temperature dropping on your bottom. And that is what Mama's done here. I've dripped a layer of paraffin down. You can see all the white underneath. We've sort of poured a layer of paraffin, and it does have some sting factor. It's a very mild sting though, for the most part. And then we've taken a red taper and dripped mostly on top of the paraffin, and that gives that heat but not directly on the skin, so it's not blistering or burning. Now, as far as where to get your candles, again, a little bit of safety. I have some friends who actually bought candles for BDSM play at a body shop. Well, you know, one of those kind of body shops, and it made him break out in a fine rash. So you know, be very careful. Try to do, before you're going to play, do maybe a test sample, especially if you're trying a new kind of wax or a new kind of candle from a maker that you don't know. This is why I recommend to go get yourself a block of paraffin, add your own scents and colors if possible for more heat, because you don't know. You know, if you buy candles from a place like that, you have no idea what they've put in there, and you know what it could cause. Because I mean, some people, they may not be allergic to wax or the colors or the scents, but there may be an additive in there that they are allergic to. So again, just be safe. Maybe do a skin test on the wrist or something like that, or on the inside of the arm, like 24 hours or so before you're going to play, and then you won't have bad surprises the day after. And here you can see sort of the big layer of paraffin that was underneath the red drips. Now, Mama's cautionary tale. Mama likes to do what I call birthday boobs for friends in some of the chat rooms and stuff. I don't know. somebody's birthday should be made big over. Everybody should have at least one day a year that people do make a big deal over them. And for me, that comes in the form of birthday boobs. Now, I've written people's names on my boobs. I've just done a cute little video where I move them around or whatever. For a couple of different friends, I've dripped these birthday candles. One week I did it for a friend. It was his birthday. Dripped some of this birthday candle on my screen onto my left boob. Didn't have any problems. Didn't even really leave red marks after I was done. However, about a week and a half later, I was doing them for another friend. I tried to do an A. Her name's Alicia, and I was trying to do Al. But this one hurt so much I couldn't do the L. I had to do the L with makeup. And it wasn't. It was looking like a very not very nice A. So, but the only difference in the two times was that this time I had a low-grade fever, and I know that when you're sick, your skin feels more sensitive. I didn't realize it would actually cause damage. So, sorry. This was me the next day, and yeah, and I'm still nursing boo-boos from that. So, y'all be careful when and where and how you drip your wax, because it ain't fun and it ain't pretty. Whoa, that meandered a bit. Anyway, thank y'all so much for watching. Please subscribe. Continue to spread us by word of mouth, because I really do want to get the word out there to people who need to hear it. Any questions, please don't hesitate to ask. Send in the comments here, or send to my email. Oops. My email or my Twitter. And thanks a lot. Mama loves y'all.